What's going on, YouTube family? Today we're going to be talking about why there's so many stolen exotic cars. Now, this has been a problem for quite some time, and it's only going to get bigger because of what the current state of the economy is. So I'm going to tell you all the fun stuff on what goes behind the scenes, why are there so many, and what you could do to avoid buying one of these things. Now, the reason why I'm doing this story is if you guys saw Wes Watson basically got pulled over, was driving a Rolls Royce that he said he paid $600,000 for, and allegedly the dealership sold him a bad car. And so a lot of people sent me this video, asked me to give my comment and stuff like that, but there are a lot of people out there that are buying or taking cars that are either stolen or not theirs and repurposing them. So if you see a lot of these exotic cars all over the United States with no plates on them, and they're always driving around and they're saying, oh, it's my car, I bought it, I'm balling out of control, more than likely it's not theirs. I'm going to tell you all the scams they're doing behind the scenes to make sure you don't fall victim. And if you get offered one of these cars, please stay away. Now, one of the biggest things are taking over somebody else's car. There are lots of people filing bankruptcy that maybe owe more money on their cars than what they're worth. They're letting them go. Or one of my favorite, a lot of Chinese students moving back home, giving away their exotic cars to other people. So there are people out there in the industry that will literally go out and find these things and buy them from people. Hey, you can't make your payments anymore? Well, that's fine. Give me your Bugatti and I'll give you $40,000. You can take this 40 grand, go spend it somewhere, and I'll take your car. And then what they do is they tell everybody, hey, I got a Bugatti with no title. I'll sell you for $200,000. And believe it or not, there are a lot of people out there that will pay $200,000 to drive a car that they will never, ever own and possibly lose if they get pulled over the police, kind of like the whole Wes Watson thing. And this is something that's only gaining momentum. I talk to people every single day. Hey man, this guy offered me a car, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, whatever else, for $30,000, no title. The guy basically left the country, he's gone. What do you think I should do? I tell most people, talk to the bank, see if you can work out a deal with them, pay it off and get the title. Because if you take the car, what happens is a lot of these guys will say that they're not stolen, they left the country, or the kids are going back to China, whatever else. And when they leave, maybe 2-3 months down the road, they could possibly report that car stolen. And I've seen this happen a lot where people are like, oh, I got this really cool Lamborghini. The guy left the country, he's filing bankruptcy, so I don't have to worry about it. I got a free car. I paid him $30,000 and I'm just gonna drive it. And then all of a sudden, one day they're driving, cops get behind them, and next thing you know, they're on the ground, covered by guns, and getting into handcuffs because they are driving a stolen car. This is something, like I said, that's getting bigger and bigger as the economy starts to flake. All these crypto bros and all these ballers that were swearing they're making all this money are the first people to basically realize that they can't make that type of income anymore because it was a bull market. They basically don't have any type of skills that can get them that type of income to pay those vehicles. So what do? They do the next best thing. Hey, I'm going to sell my car to anybody that'll give me $10, $20, $50, $100,000 just so I can get some money to get out of here or buy another car. And so there actually are rings where these guys will go around and buy cars from each other. Now, I won't say the name of this YouTuber, but he's been allegedly a part of this stuff. But what they do is they'll get, let's say, like I live in Las Vegas. They'll find somebody that lives, let's say, in Atlanta, Georgia. And they'll say, hey, look, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini. You're going to buy a Lamborghini. We're going to put $50,000 down. We're going to buy it and we're never going to make a payment. I'm going to give you my Lamborghini and you're going to give me yours. So this way they're never looking for your car in Vegas and they're never looking for my car in Atlanta. And these guys do this all the time. It is a really bad thing. And so now all these luxury leasing companies, these exotic car finance companies, and as well as traditional lenders are starting to find out about this stuff. This is some of the things that I've actually been teaching and trying to help people find these cars and find some of these things. And now it's basically getting out of control. You can see these guys, there's tons of groups all over Facebook. I'm sure you guys have seen them, no titles, no questions asked, blah, blah, blah. And like I said, some of these people, may have gotten a car. Like I've had stuff literally left in my shop. I've had customers just drive away and disappear and just leave the cars in my shop. Most times I will file a storage lien to get the title. So this way, if it's reported stolen, if there's something wrong with the car, the police can come pick it up and I have some sort of a paper trail. Now I'm buying so many cars at auction. I want to use all my capital for that, but I also need money to buy parts. And that's where I use my revenue card. Revenue can help you get a flexible line of credit to up to to $1 million with no credit check. They only go off of your business bank statements and your income. I know there are a lot of businesses out there struggling to get some sort of lines of credit or capital, and I think Revenue can help you. With no origination fees, maintenance fees, or withdrawal fees, you only pay for the capital your business uses. And as your business grows, so does your flexible line of credit with Revenue. Make sure you check the description down below and click on the link. You can apply and get approved in as little as an hour. Big banks may not understand your business needs, but Revenue does. Make sure to check them out. Once again, link down in the description below. And thank you, Revenue, for sponsoring this video. Don't buy into the fact that these guys are trying to sell you these cars with no problems, no issues, because like I said, it may be clean today, but in 2 months from now, when they want to get it off their credit or get some money, they could report it stolen, and then you're left holding the bag. And this is a really big thing. On top of that, I've actually seen people literally go to these different states, rent a car from a company, somebody like myself, a small independent guy, get the car, rent it, and then take it out of state, rip the GPS out, drive it all the way across country and sell it to somebody. Let's say if I stole the car in Atlanta, they would sell it to somebody in LA as is, no title, no plates, no nothing, and people will buy it either for parts or, like I said, just to drive around and flex until they get pulled over and the car gets taken away. So my advice to you guys is no matter how tempting the deal is, stay away from it. It's not really worth it. I get it all the time. Man, but the car's been sitting in storage for 2 years. The guy's out of the country. I checked it. It's clear. I want to buy it. I know it seems very tempting and, you know, a lot of people will go for it. But remember, we don't know not only the history of the car, but the reason why it could be sitting. What if it's part of a drug raid? What if it's part of an FBI investigation and you just happen to stumble into this car, you start driving it around, and all of a sudden now the feds are looking at you like, hey, we know that car, we know that license plate, we know that VIN, and they start chasing you. So I tell everybody, stay away from these things because, like I said, it does seem like a good deal, but it's not really worth it. On top of that, there are these rings that are going around getting basically Chinese students or people that are either getting deported or leaving the country. They're offering them money to go out and finance and buy these cars. I talked to a dealer in Texas. They get about 10 of these things every single month. High-end exotic cars, they'll put $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 down, and they'll never make a single payment. The dealer's upset because, unfortunately, you can't really know who's going to do this and who's not, and there's a lot of banks that have what's called a first payment default. So if they default, the dealership actually has to pay back the bank. And now he's actually lost lenders because of these certain issues that these guys literally, they find these foreigners that are going to go back home. They have them go buy it when they have really good credit, put the money down and never make a single payment. So watch out for these guys. So like I said, they're literally out there recruiting people, especially Chinese students, to like, hey, buy these cars. We know you're going back. You're going to live in China. You're not going to use your credit anymore. Let us buy a car under your name. You'll get $30, $40, $50,000 and you can go like, you know, live the high life and something like that. So like I said, you're going to see these scams a lot more now that the economy is going down. Remember all these like rental car guys that had all these exotic cars and they were doing all these hacks and making all this money? Those are probably the biggest people that I've seen that are literally taking other people's cars and trying to rent them out. I've had people hit me up literally like, hey, I can't find my car. A lot of times I tell people, check out some of these rental brokers. A lot of these guys are shady as hell and they probably got your cars and they're renting them out to somebody else. So always double check that. Also, if you have an exotic car, my advice to you is do not rent it out on Turo. I know a lot of you guys do this to make money or to offset the cost, but you're just putting yourself at risk. You need to stop it. Take your car down and put 2 GPSs in that thing. Because remember, and depending on what state you're in, if you're renting it on Turo, and let's say it's a $300,000 car, if they take it, Turo may only pay up to $150,000 in your state. So then you're upside down in your car, you lose your car and you get no money back. You don't want to fall at risk for that. Also, if you're getting ready to sell your car and you put it on Facebook Marketplace, let me know if anybody messages you and says, hey, you know, I'll buy your car off you, I'll do the rental car thing, or they'll offer you the same deal. Hey, I'll give you $30,000, you could walk away, just don't report it stolen and I'll take the car. When I had those exotic cars up on my Facebook Marketplace, I had that offer probably about 3 times in the 2 months because people were just like, hey man, just if you give me this money and walk away, you'll get this money free and clear and you can, you know, just use the money to do whatever else. So they are pretty bold. They're asking for that stuff. If you have one of these cars, you could reach out to me. I could try to help you either find the bank or, you know, figure out a way where you can work out some sort of negotiating deal with the lending company to get that car back. Also to see hopefully that it's not stolen. But there are a lot of things out there, like I said, you need to be careful of because you're only going to see this grow. And traditionally, this used to be with exotic cars and highline cars, but we're seeing it more and more in just regular everyday cars. Nissan Altimas, especially trucks. I've never seen so many stolen Ford F-150s and Silverado in my life. Every time I go to the auction, they're either stolen, VIN swapped, something else, somebody else has the lien. I remember literally watching a repo guy fight over a car because there were 3 banks that said they were the lien holder because they basically repoed it, got the title, ripped it, somebody basically paid somebody off at the DMV, got another title or copy of a title and sent it out to 2 different banks, and they were all fighting for that exact same car. These are the types of frauds you're going to see. So if you're looking at buying maybe a luxury car, exotic car, or just a regular car, I always tell people that your best bet is to do the deal in the DMV just to verify, to make sure that there is no lien holder, there is no additional titles, that is the original title issued, so this way you know you're not getting a duplicate. On top of that, you know, you can get the person's information and they can run all that right there at the DMV to protect you and make sure. And if you're buying an exotic car, I always tell this over and over again, never buy the exotic car cash. Go get a loan, even if it's for 30 days, it doesn't matter. You can pay it off at the end, but you want some sort of buffer because if the bank's involved and they're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars, they have fraud departments that will not only help you, like basically not charge you for this because it's their job to do the due diligence, but actually try to track down these people and find out who it is that's doing this. Because I've seen a lot of people wire money or just show up with cash, pay these people for cars and never ever get anything out of it. Next thing you know, they get a knock on their door when they register it, insure it. Hey, this car is stolen in a different state. The title you got is fake. We're taking the car, and you lose all your money. It's not worth it. It's definitely, just like I said, just an absolute complete nightmare. So protect yourself, use a bank, use a DMV, whatever third-party services you could do to put some sort of gap between you and the actual original buyer. So this way you have a cushion for liability as well as risk. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put a comment in the section below. I'll try to answer as many as I can in the first hour. Also, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it if you do. And also, I'd like to thank Revenued for sponsoring this video. Huge shout out to them. They're giving me the money to buy my stuff for my cars, and to also got some fun flips I'm going to film for you guys in a little bit. And we'll see you next video.